and what the Funko is popping. Welcome back to another episode of Every Pop is Crucial. I'm Jordan, and today we're going to be unboxing none other than Jean-Michel Basquiat. And I know a lot of you guys are probably like, yo, who the Funko is Jean-Michel Basquiat? If you don't know, all the more reason to continue to watch the video. And since you're here, guys, go ahead and drop a like on the page, subscribe if you haven't, and hit your boy up in the comments so that we can get to know one another, especially during these quarantine times. And with no further ado, alright, you guys, so from the pop artist line, I have none other than Jean-Michel Basquiat, and he is pop number 2. Now, on the actual sculpt of the pop, I think it's beyond dope. I love how they got his wicks or his locks in an updo similar to how he would wear them. Very dope. I think the detail on it is very, very dope as well. Notice I didn't say dreads. Dreads has a negative connotation, and wicks and locks are not negative. They actually symbolize strength and culture, and that's what it is. Something else I thought was pretty cool about the pop is they have Jean-Michel wearing Ray-Bans. Now, I don't think there was any licensing deal that went on in the back end, but if you look at the style of the frame, you can definitely tell that these were made to resemble some Ray-Bans. And Basquiat was a huge fan of Ray-Bans, as well as he was a huge fan of a Giorgio Armani, which I thought was very cool. This was more than likely made to look like an Armani suit, which he loved to paint in. And even though those suits are very expensive, he didn't mind if he got paint on them because he didn't come from much. He came from very humble beginnings. And if he got paint on them, he would just look at it as a little bit of extra flavor. And with that being said, I really can't blame him. And one more cool thing about the pop that I thought was hella dope was that my man, Jean-Michel, was not wearing any shoes. I thought that was pretty ironic considering how I actually got this pop from Foot Locker and all they do is sell sneakers and shoes. But they made it true to life because Jean-Michel used to do his paintings with no shoes on. And there was even a time when he would actually step in the paint, then step onto canvas and call it a masterpiece. And if that ain't swag, I don't know what is. Now, even though this pop is coming from the artist line, Basquiat was so much more than just an artist. He was more of like a cultural icon. The reason why I say that he is more because the boy left his mark on history forever. His neo-expressionist works continue to live on even after his death. As of today, you might see his works in music videos, museums, and of course he's influenced thousands all over the world. Back in 1982 was the actual first time he held his first exhibition, and it was a huge success, and some say he netted a cool 200 grand from that, not too shabby. And even in his heyday, he dated Madonna. But back in the day, who didn't date Madonna? I mean, Madonna used to date Big Daddy Kane, Tupac, and even Dennis Rodman. Needless to say, Madonna definitely has a thing for talent. Am I right? But back to the man of the hour. Even a few years back, Basquiat's estate actually did a collab with Supreme, and it was basically pictures of himself with his art as well as pictures of him screen printed on Supreme shirts. Sounds pretty basic, but still pretty dope. And even back in 2015, he had a piece titled Untitled that sold for guys, let me try to get this out. Back in 2015, he had a piece titled Untitled that sold for $110.5 million. Not bad for a first-generation U.S. citizen born to immigrant parents from Puerto Rico and Haiti. Hola and sac passe, am I right? Now, sad to say, Basquiat's story is not fully comprised of progression and positivity, although I wish it were. There were also trials and tribulations. Like, he and Andy Warhol were good friends at one time. They even held a joint exhibition together that surprisingly was not a huge success. The two were rumored to have quarreled prior to the show, and they kind of didn't even speak throughout the entire event. They actually never even spoke again after the event that they were beefing at. And in 1987, Andy Warhol died. Of course, it affected Basquiat negatively, and throughout his entire career, a lot didn't know, but Basquiat was actually battling a heroin addiction, and unfortunately, it had gotten the better of him, And in August of 1988, Jean-Michel Basquiat died from an alleged overdose. He was definitely gone too soon, but he shall never be forgotten. Basquiat's death even made him a member of another notorious club, and that club is the 27 Club. That's basically a club comprised of greats who all passed, unfortunately, at the age of 27. The club boasts members such as Jimi Hendrix, Dope, Kurt Cobain, Teen Spirit, Amy Winehouse was amazing. I wish she would have went to rehab. No jokes in that one. And the late, great Chirac war veteran, Fredo Santana. And you know what, guys? I guess that's kind of why I like the Funko Pops, because it's not just a cool way to have a cool collectible that goes with your favorite TV show or your favorite comic book. It sometimes pays homage to someone that we may have lost in the past, and sometimes introduces a newer generation to some cool things of the past. And for that, I can't be mad. What's going on, y'all? I definitely want to thank you for rocking with your boy Jordan to the very end, and I definitely hope you enjoyed today's video. If you still rock with me, chances are you did actually like the video. So please remember to hit that like button. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, EveryPopIsCrucial, as well as please turn on your post notifications so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And guys, I just want you to remember one more thing. Do what you guys like to do. Don't care about what anybody else says, especially when it comes to these Funko Pops. F the hype. Cop what you like. EveryPopIsCrucial.